What is up, guys? The mini set is officially out, and guess what? Big Spell Mage is public enemy number one. In my limited time of playing, I faced 90% Big Spell Mage. Seen many different decks. I love to see. I'm so happy right now that a lot of the ideas that we were trying before the mini set are being popular now. But I want to talk about how the build has changed over time and what I think should be played. I think some people are making mistakes in their builds, trying out things that we've already tried out on the channel and kind of already solved. So I'll talk about that a little bit, and I'll talk about another mage deck that I'm really enjoying, maybe even more than Big Spell Mage, but it is very similar. So first of all, let's talk about Big Spell Mage. This was the deck before the mini set. You can see our curve. We peak at 3, then we drop down all the big spells, and I was running 6 2-drops. Now, the reason why I was running only 6 2-drops is because I had a good number of 1-drops, and I didn't run Greedy Partner. So I have seen people run Greedy Partner with 4 other 2-drops, and that is too little. I think any list that expects to run Greedy Partner and to activate the coin needs to run at minimum 7 or 8 2-drops, okay, including Greedy Partner. So this list here that I have is something I've kind of created on my own, and the guy who has rank 1 legend Asia is like 2 or 3 cards off of this. So this will be my list. I'll explain the cards that are different, but just to show you the curve, this list runs Greedy Partner. And you can see how the curve works out here. I only have 2 1-drops and 8 2-drops. So those are the larger areas of my curve. And then I curve it a little bit down. We have a sizable number of 3-drops. And then we have very few mid-game drops and a bunch of late-game drops. And the deck is very similar to what you've seen in the past from Big Spell Mage. Tsunami, Sunset Volley, Iron Calicos. The rank 1 Asia guy, he does not run Calicos. Instead, he runs more 2-drops. He runs a second Gold Panner. That's a lot of 2-drops. Under the Sea, Surflipod, those are all old cards. King Tide, that's an old card. Portalmancer Skyla, she is as good as we think. Okay? So the idea with this deck is simple. You get Scarab Keychain on 1. You get some 2-drops. You play the 2-drops. You play Instrument Tag, hopefully, right, into Metal Detector, getting coins, Greedy Partner giving you a coin, Metal Detector giving you a coin, Seashell making your mage cards cheaper. And then, what do? You play either King Tide or Skyla, discount a big spell in your hand, and you win the game. Like, really, not much has changed here. It's just that you have an alternative way of activating those big spells in hand. The deck is fun. It is very, very good. The number rank 1 deck plays double Dirty Rat and double Gold Planner. I play Dream Planner Zephyrus, and I play Calicos. And the reason why I play those 2 cards is because in my practice, there are times when you get these kind of weird hands and you kind of need an extra out. Actually, Calicos now, with the way the deck is, it could probably be dropped. But I still like a later game play. Double Dirty Rat is good, especially in the mirror, because you can force out a King Tide, you can force out the Skyla, so that is good. Actually, you know what, man, rank 1 legend, he probably has something there that makes sense. So I will go back into that Double Dirty Rat. That makes a lot of sense. Other cards that are interesting, Scarab Keychain. I totally forgot about this card. Great 1-drop. The reason being, it gives you a 2-drop. So this is another way to get consistency with your Greedy Partner. Obviously it doesn't fight for the board as well as like a Miracle Salesman. But hey, you get a 2-drop. Double Instrument Tech kind of sucks, even though you really want Metal Detector on 3. I think this is okay. Seashell is cool. But the problem with Seashell is you cannot tempo out a turn where you play Seashell plus a cheap minion. Because this is only for non-rogue class cards. So the only ones you have here are nothing. You actually don't have any non-rogue class cards that cost 2 or less. So that kind of sucks, right? But this is okay. It's still a good card because this will help discount your Portalmancer Skyla so you can play it on turn 4 or turn 3 if you coined out Seashell, and maybe even play a big-ass spell. So that is crazy. And then, of course, you got Conniving Comment, which, if you play it the right way, you can either copy a Surflipod, you can play a double Tsunami, you can play a double Sunset Volley. It's pretty crazy. This deck is pretty crazy, pretty fun. Play it while you can, guys. I've been a big proponent of this deck for a long time, for at least the entire expansion. I enjoy it. Give it a run. Just remember who showed you that list, right? But another deck, which I think is absolutely just as fun as Spell Mage, Big Spell Mage, is this Temple Mage. And the deck is very, very similar. We still run the same top end, Tsunami, Sunset Volley, Skyla, but instead of Surflipod and Under the Sea, we got rid of the randomness of those cards, and we've included Galactic Projection Orb. And in the beginning part of our game, we've opted for more mage spells and coin generators. So, Portalmancer Skyla, one of the things that really attracts me to this card is the ability to play the rogue cards. And if we were playing Big Spell Mage, that means we wouldn't be able to play cards like Old Manager and Petty Theft, because we wouldn't want Surflipod or Under the Sea to flip those cards over. So I decided, why don't we just get rid of Surflipod, Under the Sea, and let's play a lot of the cool 2-drops, right? So Old Manager, we're going to play that. We'll play Metal Detector. These are coin generators. Those will give us cheap spells for Portalmancer Skyla, and let's do something more with cheap spells. And that thing to do more is Dark Moon Magician. This guy is crazy. Like, if you stick him on the board, or if you play turn 3 or even turn 4 off of a Seashell, and you play into Dark Moon Magician, then you have these huge turns where you're playing a couple coins. So you're imagine this: you have 2 coins in hand, you play Dark Moon Magician plus 2 coins, and then 2 1-mana spells or 2-mana spells. That means you played 2 coins, then he'll automatically cast the 2 1-mana spells, then he'll play 2 1-mana spells, right? Like Seabreeze Chalice or something twice, and that means you'll cast that twice, plus 2 2-mana spells, right? Or if you play a 2-mana spell, then you'll play 1 3-mana spell. There's this really crazy way to just cheat out this extra value. I think it's pretty amazing. Although, yeah, I don't know. I think that's just great. And then this deck makes way better use of Seashell, because now Seashell actually has targets. You got Seabreeze Chalice, you got Dark Moon Magician, you have other Primordial Cliff, you have actual things that you can get the value off of. So it is a pretty cool deck. Let me know what you think. And also Galactic Projection Orb, because you have all of those cheap spells. Now your Galactic Projection Orb really takes off because it does just so much. It just casts so much stuff. So, try it out. Let me know what you think. I'll have both deck codes in the description. And good luck.